The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Babin, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today with great uncertainty. I am uncertain that I can make it through this speech without being interrupted by a robocall, which has become a daily, or rather sometimes an hourly, nuisance. For far too long now, robocalls and spoofing have become a hindering plague upon the phones of millions of Americans. I hear from constituents on a daily basis about how their lives are habitually interrupted by phony phone calls and how their cell phones, once seen as necessities, are now sources of frustration. In many cases, these calls are dangerous in disguise, seeking to steal valuable information by tricking the unsuspecting. In other cases, these aggravating calls disrupt important business, intrude leisure activities, disturb family dinners, and even worse, they're not restricted by the time of day. These calls have been distracting, irritating, and deceiving Americans for long enough. And that is why I've introduced a bill called the Double the Enforcement and Fines of Everyone Associated with Terrible Robocalls Act, or in short, the DEFEAT Robocalls Act. This bill ensures the harshest penalties for the individuals who are caught making illegal robocalls and spoofing calls. Simply said, the bill takes all of the fines and penalties that those making robocalls currently face and doubles them. It is time that we hold those who continue scamming Americans all across the country liable for their actions in a manner as serious as their crime. I'm encouraged to see Congress's recent legislative actions to prevent robocalls from being a daily hindrance, and I call on my colleagues to continue moving swiftly to send a bill to the President's desk so that we can restore Americans' trust when they answer their phones.